Here's why Asians are smarter than Westerners. Hello and welcome back to YouFeed, where it's all about you. Have you ever imagined what Asian parents do to make their kids so smart that they outperform their Western peers? Yeah? Great, because we're about to tell you. Let's get it rolling. Number 10. Shoes do the waiting. The thought of waiting in line at some point during the day can sometimes be overwhelming, and if you live in a heavily populated area like Manila or China, you will more than likely face long, unpleasant waiting times for your turn in those long queues. Worse still, if you step out of line to use the restroom or you simply are too tired to keep standing, you'll lose your place and be forced to start again standing at the back of the line. Well, fear no more. For a picture released in February 2013 on Reddit, captured a group of Asians in Thailand seemingly solving the problem that most of us face while queuing up by simply letting their shoes do the waiting for them. The image prompted over 1,917 comments in 8 days, talking about just how smart Asians can be compared with the West. What do you think about the Asian style of waiting in line? Let us know in the comments section below. Would it work in a theme park? Number 9. Smart upbringing. There is a long and unfortunate debate over why some groups of children of Eastern European Jews and of East Asians score high on IQ tests and attain academic success, while other groups, children of African Americans and Latin Americans, score well less than average. A lot of Americans, including a lot of psychologists, unfortunately, formulate the issue to the following way. Smarter people do better in school, therefore Asians and Jews must be inherently smarter than African Americans and Latinos, they must be inherently less smart. Along with this view also comes the belief that intelligence, as a form of innate potential, is something that cannot be altered. However, there is an alternative way at looking at intelligence, formal education, which makes people smarter. A child who, during his formal education, knows how to solve partial differential equations, for instance, is smarter than one who cannot divide fractions. Number 8. Cultural background. When thinking about how smart the Asians are, culture goes a long way. For example, Koreans are really good at StarCraft because there is a culture over there revolving around it. It's a national sport. The Japanese are known for their anime, video and game, and tech accomplishments because there is a culture that generates a lot of passion and emphasis in those areas. And for the Asian Americans who are successful overseas are where they are because they were raised on a culture revolving around hard work and the success of their parents who emigrated to America as high achievers and dreamed of a better future for their kids. And having high achievers raising kids to be high achievers starts a trend. This developed sense of expectation leads to either high numbers in test scores or ambition in other forms of awards in the Asian community. Number 7. Poverty motivation. For an average Asian, migrants or not, the sight, experience or memory of poverty is a powerful motivational factor for being smart. To them, a good education is a passport out of poverty through upward social mobility. It is a passport out of a life of hard physical labour. It is a passport out of servitude. Ultimately, it is a passport to a life better than the one lived by their parents. So, when children naturally complain about doing their homework, or the amount of time that they have to spend practicing the piano, or the tedium of learning their times tables, they are quickly slapped down, metaphorically, and told to study hard. Parents, in all their wisdom, know that their child's suffering today is nothing compared to their suffering tomorrow if they don't achieve success through education. Number 6. Hard work. To find what gives Asian Americans a leg up in academic achievement, a team of sociologists undertook 2 long-term studies covering more than 5,000 US Asians and white students. After crunching test scores, GPAs, teacher evaluations and social factors such as immigration status, the team reports a simple explanation online today in the proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. Asian American students work harder. The team found that students from all Asian ethnic groups put a greater importance on effort rather than natural ability. However, the team says Asian American students reported lower self-esteem, more conflict with their parents, and less time spent with their friends compared with their white peers. The team suspects the high academic expectations or their outsider status in American society could be to blame. Number 5. Clearly defined roles. Asian parents firmly believe in roles, and they ensure that each member of the family carries out his or her role to the best of his or her ability. Just as a community needs people in different roles in order to function well, a family needs its members to carry out different duties so it can run smoothly. Asian families believe in specific roles for each member of the family, and the children are no exception. Children in Asian families tend to have more clearly defined roles than their American counterparts, and we believe this is one reason why Asian students tend to excel in the classroom. And while American children are dividing their time between thousands of different extracurricular activities in addition to their household chores, Asian students are concentrating more on their schoolwork. Number 4. Proper role management. Asian parents do several things that allow their children to embrace the role of being a student. They manage their children's time outside school, they assume the role of educator after hours, they teach their children that being a student is both fun and rewarding, they get feedback on what learning and teaching methods work best for them, and they have genuine respect for educators. Therefore, to encourage your children to embrace the role of a student like the Asian parents do, turn your home into an exciting place for learning. Set aside at least 1 hour every night to focus on homework or review the subjects your children are struggling with. Even after the homework is done, review the principles learned that day at school together. If you, as parents, are willing to spend some time and effort on your children's studies, your children will more than likely view their schoolwork as meaningful. Number 3. They reward positive performance. While American parents continually try to boost their children's self-esteem, Asian parents tend to dole out praise less frequently. Asian parents believe if a child is struggling in biology class, for instance, and brings home a poor grade despite hours of studying, don't simply praise their efforts and ignore the grade. After praising them for their dedication, sit down with them to discuss how their efforts can result in a better grade next time around. Number 2. Restrictions. Another thing that gets Asians to focus on what they do is in the restrictions they receive from their parents. They do this by restricting what their kids can do after school and outside of school. Asian kids have almost no access to spare money, transport, or keys to unlock the doors to go out shopping, partying, or hanging out with friends. All of the very basic needs are taken care of: food, clothing, housing, school supplies, so there's no need for them to have any spare cash, because anything besides those most basic needs is considered unnecessary to the Asian parents. Therefore, Asian kids don't have much access to things like video games, makeup, nice clothes, haircuts, contact lenses, expensive skincare treatments, and mobiles, so that they have no choice but to study and stay away from distractions. But while many Asians are busy picking up all straight A's, they grow up lacking the social skills, the creativity, and the tendency to become extremely successful like Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk. Number 1. Music class. Studies show that Asian children in the music groups are smarter compared with children in the control groups. From this research, children in the music groups exhibited greater increases in full-scale IQ. The effect was relatively small, but it's generalised across IQ subtext, indexes and scores, and is standardised in the measure of academic achievement. In fact, musical training helps everyone, young and old. A growing body of research finds musical training gives students learning advantages in the classroom. Even though Asian parenting styles seem to make their kids smarter and excel more in the classroom compared with their fellow Westerners, it is important you know the strengths and weaknesses of a child to start with. The way to get a smarter child is to take advantage of formal education, and the way to do that is to work hard. So when a child doesn't learn something, instead of thinking it's too bad he isn't smarter, we should be thinking he'll just have to work harder. Is there a way to practically learn it or visually? Instead of the question, why are some groups smarter than others, we should be asking, how do groups that are really good at getting their kids to work hard at school do it? Instead of saying, I wish my kids had Asian or Jewish genes for a high IQ, we should be asking, what can I learn from Asian or Jewish parents about their child rearing? And how can I get my kids to make friends with and do their homework with high achieving kids? And that's it for our list today on why Asians are smarter. If you have any views on why Asians are smarter yourself, leave us a comment below. If you've been to university, was it worth it educationally, or would have just getting a job at 16 and working your way up been more beneficial? Do let us know in the comments below. Hit subscribe while you're there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.